Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 13 of my Let's Play Rise of Prussia. And when I last left you, we had just destroyed the Austrian forces over here. They're nowhere to be seen. They were killed to the last man, I believe. And I'm stuck over here, and I split all my troops up to get back to Glogau faster. It's a little gamey, but if you watched my last episode, you know that I was kind of cheated a little bit on moving the Elba army back to Munster. Frederick the Great has the fast mover trait, and he only moved 2 days worth of movement across two regions. It shouldn't have taken him even one turn, I don't think, but I would have accepted 2 turns, but it took 3 turns to go 2 regions. That's just unacceptable, and so I didn't think that I was too off the mark and giving myself a little bit of help over here from not getting caught out in the open with the army, so I didn't lose any. I won't lose as much attrition. I'll still probably lose some, but not as much as I would have. Heinrich von Preußen. The Russians have still not moved. I do not mind that at all. James Keith's army. Well, I had him move down here to Chemnitz. I destroyed another army over here, or well, I say it's an army, but it was really just a formation. And I destroyed it completely. It was about 5,000 men, and Chemnitz is out of supply really, so I'm moving him back to Torgau. It's supposed to take 12 days. I hope that's true because I cannot afford to keep losing all these troops to attrition. Not after I've done so well in destroying so many of his troops. So I'm very much hoping that Keith gets back in fairly good shape. This is Berlin. Still have a few troops here, but I believe they're okay. And then the only other thing that we would want to look at right now is canal. Root canal. Thought I'd forgotten them. Well, actually, I did forget them. But this depot actually has a decent amount of supply. Hopefully, it won't take him 2 turns. Hopefully, he will get back in 15 days. That says 15 days for the movement. I hope that does take only 15 days. And if it does, we're in good shape. Weasel, still no breaches. If you remember in the last episode, they had one breach, and then sometimes your forces inside a fortress can repair a breach, and our forces actually repaired a breach, so they're back to no breaches yet on a size 2 fort. So things are not looking so bad. The only other place that I might have some trouble is Beck. This guy might be able to take Lubeck. I don't know if these numbers are correct because he's been sitting outside during winter. So his attrition should have been taking its toll on him somewhat. If it is, and he's not as strong as that, he's probably not strong enough to actually assault this city because he's been sitting here for 2 turns. So let's see. I've basically planned all my turns that I'm going to do because being that it's winter, I don't want to move these guys too much. So I am going to, oh, I do want to do something though. I told you about, sorry, I'm about to sneeze actually. I told you about buying replacements using this screen. Well, there's another way you can buy replacements, and that is through the buying screen. And how you do that is look for, they'll say on them that they are Depot Battalion, Prussian Depot Battalion, and Depot Grenadier Battalion. If you purchase these actually will, when they're finished, form into actual replacements. So this is another way to actually build replacements if you are running low on replacements. I think that I probably am running low on replacements, so I'm going to actually build some. And once they're finished, you won't see a unit. The unit will just disappear, and in this screen you'll have more replacements. So that's another way of building replacements in Rise of Prussia. In other Age-odd titles, I don't think they use this, and I think one of the reasons why they don't use this anymore is because a lot of people didn't like it. And they also were a little confused that there were two ways of getting replacements, and so that it caused some confusion, and people just did not like it. So that's another reason why most other games you have an actual screen. It'll say, if you watched any of my Let's Play to End All Wars, there was a little screen that said, and it listed all the formations, light infantry, heavy infantry, cavalry, and all that, and you could actually right below it click on replacements and just buy them that way. So a lot of their games do it that way now. They don't do it this way anymore. This is, as I had mentioned before, one of their first titles, and I think they were kind of playing around with how you build replacements. I wouldn't say it's one of their first titles, but it's been a fairly long time ago, and I think it might have been their third or fourth title under the Athena engine. So that's how you can build some replacements for your Rise of Prussia troops. I think I did promote or click on him to be promoted. It's him, I believe. No, it's not him. Damn it. Where is he? Now I'm not going to be able to find him unless I do this. His name's Bouquet. This is him. Did promote him, so he will be a 2-star next turn, and then I can actually build a corps around him, which will be pretty nice in the sense that then I'll have a pretty full army over here for Kurt von Schwerin if we don't lose too much morale. But let's take a look at that. This was that battle. Kurt von Schwerin caught Anton Feuerstein was a formation commanded by a general named Andlau, but for some reason he was gone. Maybe he was injured or something. And that guy's his stats aren't that bad. 333. They're probably a lot better than Andlau's, but as you can see, we just completely destroyed them. We destroyed 47 out of 51, and then the rest were probably lost to attrition. So we just completely annihilated any chance of them pushing up this side of the mountain region here. So that was a really good turn last turn. So I'm kind of excited for this coming year. Let's go ahead and execute this turn. And as I mentioned before, the winter turns are really, really rough on these troops because I have realistic attrition for my side. I don't know if it's for their side too, but it's at least for my side. And so if I have these guys sitting out, it has to be for their side because that guy and Lau's force had nothing left after sitting here for 2 turns in the winter. So yeah, winter is really tough on you attrition-wise in this game. So I don't do much during the winter. If there was some armies here besieging Breslau, I might march down and attack them, but I'm not going to do anything offensive. I'm not going to march a long distance. During winter, I'm not going to do too much of anything. I'm leaving Frederick at Munster. I'm going to James Keith and Torgal when he gets there. What is this guy doing? Oh, those Italian depot battalions I just built, or just ordered to be built. Alright, so let's go ahead and execute this turn. As I mentioned, there's probably not going to be much happening in this turn because everybody's hunkering down, staying out of the horrible weather. I think it was gale weather in some of these regions, which is, if you've ever been in a gale, it's pretty rough. I've been in a gale situation out on the water, and it's not anything you want. And when I was on the water during the gale, we were just on the outskirts of it, and we were still in 8-foot seas, and the boat I was on was just tossing everywhere, pitching and tossing and going up and down, slamming down into the valleys, and it was guys was getting sick. I by that point had already gotten to the point where I had it was a lobster boat is what it was, and I had already got my sea legs under me, so I was able to handle it, but it was still pretty rough trying to work in those conditions. Oder de Flot is partially unsupplied in region Königsberg. That's just a bunch of boondoggles. Why are we not getting any supplies here? Supply stock 0. That is just not cool. Not cool at all. There used to be a bug for the Russians if they came to Königsberg that they would not be supplied across Poland. And I got to be honest with you, this is a lot of troops around there. I know that their Gdansk is or Danzig is neutral, but I guess it's Polish forces. But not too thrilled about this. Not too thrilled at all. I don't like that. That's just not right. They should be supplied. Hopefully the weather breaks. That's part of the problem, I'm sure, but they should be supplied. Okay. See, he's not doing too badly, but he has 4 stacks. So he should be okay. Who's this guy? Where did he come from? Just move him up here. Takes him 9 days. This is 9 days. Let's see if 2,000, 3,600, 4,300. So they're about back to normal, which is good. It's just a big mess. And then over here, Königliche Army. What's going on there? Where's Gessler? Gessler retires. Field Marshal von Gessler is retired from active duty because of physical ailments. He was a good general too. The enemy has has received an extra Swedish support reinforcement in Strassland. Your enemy has raised some replacements. You know, that's what I was thinking about last night. I think when this guy, when the snow's gone and he's fully formed and we're all organized, we're going to move his army to Sweden and knock them out of the war. And then I won't have any problem, I bet, moving back down, taking out anybody. Austria is besieging Lübeck, but has achieved nothing. Austria is besieging Wesel Fortress, but has achieved nothing. I subscribe to the Random Gamer channel. He's got such a great British voice. I wish I had a voice like that. I have a voice for silent TV and a face for radio. It's not quite that bad, but I do have a voice for silent TV, silent movies. Okay, so the only thing I'm really concerned about is the supply situation here. I don't think that's right. This is a size 6 city. It should be building for. I'm actually going to take a screenshot. I wonder if I do that, will it screw up the record? I've been recording about 35 minutes, I guess. F3, F4, actually F4, F3, F2. Look at all those replacements. I don't know that it's. Anybody still available to be promoted? Sometimes it does that. Your ability to promote is goes over 2 turns. And I am right. This guy is available to be promoted. But if I do it, Hessen Castle, because he's just a 1-star. 0 national morale points and 27 victory points. Well, I can give up some victory points. I'm okay there. I'm going to save this game, and actually, I'm going to save it. Control click under a different name. I'm going to save this as some other name because I don't want to. I want to be able to at least get this game back to this point, if so I can show them that Königsberg has no supply. That's got to be a bug. But anyway, let's go ahead and execute this turn. See what we get. I want to leave Bear there because this army, when it's organized, is going to move through there and just pick him up as it goes. So we're all one big happy family in Glogau. Greybow is now awaiting command. Prussian morale is decreased to balance the game. Let's see what it is now. 130 to 81. Of course. I know. I talk about that every time. Von Lestwitz has been promoted to the rank of general. Okay. So time to reorganize this whole thing. How's our prince? He's 19 of 21. This guy's 19 of 24. So we'll just put this one. Let's do another one. So we will do another 3 of 24. That's good enough for me. Listowitz. This is Listowitz. So I'm going to split him from brigade and then make him a corps. Now he is, well, he doesn't command very many troops. Oh, well, that's another thing. If you have a general that is has a brigade command, he has 16 elements, but you can still stack them into a column. Into a corps. See, I keep building this up, and you can keep doing that. What is hit? He's a 401. I definitely do not want him to have more power than the Prince Carl. So let's see what we can do with that Prince Carl. 21 of 21. Okay. 2K is a 2-star as well. 25 of 29. Is the command of this column. What's his numbers? 411 and Prince Carl. Who's Prince Carl? 645. Sorry, okay, you are not staying there. I cannot have you commanding. Prince Carl's column. He's too much of a good commander for us to allow that to happen. So he's 25 of 25. 1600 power, that's good enough for me. Listowitz is 18 of 24, so let's 24. 4. 24. Okay. That's his own call. That's what happens when you don't unlock them. So, what about he's a 623. He's pretty good. Has 800, 900. It's 397. I didn't put you in a fortress. Any? Okay. I'm just going to leave them there for now, but because it's still snowing. And guess still 0 supply. And you're not going to be a happy camper. Oh wow, thank you. 1 battalion. Thank you very much. So far so good. Save that. One more turn. I didn't even check on this guy. He had a lot of supply there in that region, I think. So I'm hoping he is okay. Buddy Root Canal. Yeah, Yeah, anyway, I was talking about the random gamer. He's got that freaking English voice. I mean, good God. That's awesome. I wish I had that English accent to talk on my Let's Plays. So I'll just have to settle for my USA accent. Morale decreased 25 to 83. It's still pretty high though. Austria has achieved nothing. Achieved nothing. Somebody's been successfully trained. Okay. And let's see what he's got. He's still at 1483, which is fine. He's still good. He still has enough. How much supply does he use? He uses 79 per turn and 115 ammunition per battle. So he's in good shape. Let's see what power levels these guys are at now. 2838. So that, yeah. Oh yeah. So that's 24 plus 28. That's 5200 power. Let's see what these guys are. Let's go ahead and put them on defensive while they're not doing anything. And that's another thing that you kind of have to know about is that you tend to use up more supply, tend to have higher attrition if you have your troops on offensive postures and assault postures. I think that's true. And less on defensive postures, and maybe at the highest attrition that's what happens, but I'm not positive about that. There's so much to know about these games. It's almost impossible to know everything. We had a lot of elite infantry replacements sent out. We obviously don't need a lot of line infantry replacements, but we still have a lot. We have a lot of militia replacements. Not as many light infantry. Great Britain has 20. That's probably the highest, one of the highest amounts you can have. And look at all these nation states that we have behind us. Brunswick, yes, Hanover, Great Britain, which isn't a state, it's more of a nation. Prussia, so we're doing right. F3, British reinforcements to Germany, large British contingent near Bremen. Oh yeah, it's only 25 EP. I've got plenty of EP. We certainly could use British reinforcements. F4, raise more money. No, we have plenty of money. F5, and we've already looked at this. 125 to 83. That's a good starting point for the next year. 125 to 83. A couple of big battles, and maybe if I could take Stralsund, and maybe if I can get down here and get this guy in a battle and beat him, that'll jump up to 140 something, 150 something, and this will go down to about 60 something, which is not too shabby. I still have, this is why I said I could give up some victory points. They're 2791 to their 399, so that's pretty good as well. 6 turns, done, or 35 turns, we're on 36, and 41 remain. Oh no, I'm not looking bad. Save it again. It's good where he is. Why is he locked? Did I lock him? I guess I did. Okay. So what does it look but surely losing supply. Not quite yet. And what I did was I'm moving this older flotta to Kohlberg, and hopefully I can use it as a resupply, because it says it can be used as a supply. I think that's what this icon means, is that it can be used as a supply. Nevertheless, we'll run one more turn, and if they don't get some supply, I'm going to abandon Königsberg and let the Russians have them, and let them try to get supply in here, because their supply situation would be a lot worse than ours, let me tell you. So I'll abandon them and move back to a position, be a good position. There are really not any real good, probably that's, Schwedt is not really a good place to be. Probably move back to the Frankfurt an der Oder or something, because there really are not very many good cities. I guess I could declare war in Poland somehow, or take a Polish city. The rules are on that. Let's execute one more turn, and then it will be the time to end this Let's Play episode 13. I was watching the random gamer play Pride of Nations, and those turns really do take a long time. These turns, there are not as many troops, obviously, so these turns go by very quickly, less than a minute. Really, only probably about 30 seconds or so. So that's one thing I kind of like about this game as well, is that you can really play, if you really try, you can play this game through to the end, even though it's 100-something turns, 170 turns or so. You can play this game in a week if you really try, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm not sure, but it doesn't take long at all. I've done 3 turns in 40 minutes. I could do, if I really tried, I could do 8 or 9 turns. British subsidies delivered to Prussia. 3 EP, 1 national morale, 5 tons of war supplies, 50,000 thalers. I don't need money, pal. I don't need money. Please stop sending money. Send troops. Send elite troops. They've achieved nothing against Lübeck. They've achieved nothing against Weasel. Karl von Kott issued conflicting orders, and cavalry corps reverted to a defensive stance. Oder Flotte has arrived in Kohlberg at day 13. Some more troops were trained, and that's about it. What do we have here? Let's do that. I think we might need some Hanoverian light troops. Prussian heavy cavalry. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I don't want to do that. I want to do Prussian. How much does that take up? 50 money, 2 conscripts, 25 war supply, 5 engagement points, 22, 10 and 5, 32, 15 and 5. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Actually going to buy some more troops. I want to buy another one of these Garde du Corps. Put one of them SOBs out there. How much does it cost? 50, 85 conscripts, 10 war supply. Hell yeah. Over there. We'll put them in. We'll bring them over there to Frederick the Great's troops. What else do we want? It's their supposed battle. Overall combat strength 30. Good. It's a big mistake to call them no good. Oh, Carabinian. I don't know. This means they're elite, right? the G4 or whatever that is. Oh, guard is what it is. It's GD for guard. So they are elite. It's nice. Well, he's ready. He's ready. He's ready. Still zero supply. I need to read the manual and see what I think it's supply, then ammunition. And if that's the case, then I have no supply there and I need to get the hell out pronto. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. This is Gilmer, and this is my episode 13 of Let's Play Rise of Prussia, starring Frederick the Great. I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.